What's happening, y'all? I wasn't supposed to do that yet. I forgot to turn the loop on. But I guess we're live now. I fucked up. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually hit our intro and then we'll start the show for real. Cool? Cool. And we're live for real this time. What's happening, y'all? This is your number one source for all that news in the nerdish world on the hub. I am your host for the Creatia Conversation, Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I am joined today by a very, very special guest, y'all. Artist extraordinaire, the Hex Panda herself, Bridget Holmes. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Oh, I am fantastic, even though I fucked up earlier.
It's okay.
We got
Yay, it's me.
Yeah, Samani is happy to see you.
I'm happy to hear or see her text.
Oh man, Bridget, I'm happy to have you on the show today. What you been up to? You know, what you been watching lately? What you been playing? What nerdy content are you consuming right now? Even if it's not nerdy.
Well, I've been playing Octopath Traveler 2 on my Switch
How
when
is
I
that?
can.
I love the first one. How is 2?
I'm loving it. It's even better than the first one. It's way more vast, a lot more going on, a lot more to explore.
A lot
Big
more
fan.
paths.
A lot. Well, no more than 8, which is enough.
Still 8. Still 8. Okay.
But you know, you can get in a boat now, so there's like whole places now that you can like explore. And as far as watching, I haven't been watching much beyond like my husband's watching Game of Thrones. And so in passing, you know, I'll sit
like for the first time, or he's
for
rewatching?
the first time.
Oh shit!
And
How'd that
he's
happen?
like, why haven't you told me? I was like, listen, you are the one. Like, he's not a big fantasy person,
right?
So I think, but the first episode of Game of Thrones, it is kind of slow. You know, I'll give him that. But he buckled down, and now he's like, what have I been doing? I missed out.
You did.
Yeah,
and it's good that you understand that and you can accept that. Yeah,
his favorite is Tyrion, who he goes to call Tyrone Lannister, and you know,
wait, what's Tyrion's his favorite? Is he in the first season still, or?
No, he's in 5, I think.
Oh, okay,
by now.
Okay. Well, then yeah, it makes sense for him to be his favorite by now. Okay.
He said they got my boy Tyrone. Or he'll say like, if they keep putting people on T-shirts, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know, like when you people have like funerals and they put their loved ones on T-shirts. I was like, oh,
yeah. So he's gotten past the red wedding. He's seeing.
Yeah, I was waiting when I was like watching him watch. I was like, wow, look at all these alive people. This is wild. Look at all these Starks in one place.
Yeah, look at all this. Look at the Starks being happy right now.
Happy.
You know?
Yeah.
Then, you know, his old boy shows up and he just ruins his whole life. Like
everything just, it's hard. Like I would never choose to rewatch Game of Thrones like on my own time. Just because it's like, it's just kind of emotionally draining. So, but him watching it and me watching it in passing, I'm like, okay, I can do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can understand that, but personally, I'm just like, you know, I know what's going to happen now. So it doesn't hit me the way it used to. So it's just like, yeah, I can watch it and kind of like, I'm now looking forward to like, when is this happening? When are we getting there?
Yeah.
We almost there?
Okay. The interesting thing is that like, you can like, watching it again, you're like, oh, this is like important. Like the first time I watched it, you know, like I didn't care about this. So yeah.
There's a little thing that you kind of realize after you've seen it once, like when people start saying things like, we'll talk about this when I return, they never return.
Pretty much. And we noticed like he's like, I was telling him about like, you know, Daenerys is really cool and that actress is beautiful and she's got a beautiful smile, and it's like in this show particularly there's not a ton of smiling to be done. And he noted that like anybody who smiles is probably like crazy. And he's right, because like the Ramsey Bolton, he smiles a lot. Like all the crazy
He
people
does.
do the
He smiles
smiling.
big too. Like
Yeah,
he's very pleased with himself all the
literally
time.
all the time.
Okay, okay. So he's watching Game of Thrones. You say you've been playing Octopath Traveler.
Hmm.
Is that it? That's all you got going on?
Yeah, pretty much that, and just working, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, about to say, how's the Archer life? How's that working?
It's good, you know, just chipping away, chipping away. So
Okay, okay. So what's happening in episode one?
I can't tell you.
Okay, just figured I'd ask. You know, I'd be figured the people would be upset if I had you here and didn't ask because
Yeah. Unfortunately, no.
and I can say I tried. You know,
You did. You
can you
did.
talk about the other thing?
Nope.
Oh, okay, well we won't talk about the other thing. Never mind, y'all. I was gonna give y'all something special, but she says we can't give you nothing special because she doesn't love you. But
I love my job though. So
it's understandable. Yeah, she loves her job more than she loves y'all, which I understand. She don't know y'all niggas, so it's cool. It's cool. I'm not upset by it. I didn't expect her to tell us anything. I just figured I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, you did your best.
Yeah, and that's all I can do. All I can do is try.
What about you? What have you been up to?
Oh, well, you didn't see the show yesterday, but I finished Hogwarts Legacy finally.
Oh,
But
okay.
it did like it glitched out on me like on the last cutscene with
No.
the one that's right after you finish the main thing. What happens after that? I'm not gonna spoil it for people who haven't finished it, but
Right.
again, like I said yesterday, the way you imagine this ends is the way it ends. It's just it's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, while that whole end cutscene was playing, they was also like playing through like the dialogue options of a completely different quest, like
Uh-huh.
from the broom time trial thing, like for the third one, the final one.
Uh-huh.
It was playing through those dialogue options if I had just finished that quest, which I hadn't done. So it was playing that over that last scene. And so
Oh.
like they were talking like they were, in that last cutscene, but the other dialogue options were also playing at the same time. And I
Right.
had to select through them and make it through the whole thing, or it wouldn't go away. And the scene
Oh.
wouldn't finish. So it was a glitch in the game, but it also like gave me credit for finishing that quest without me having to do it.
Oh.
So
Win-win.
there was
Win-win.
that. Yeah, he's like, I'm like, I'll take it because the thing is that, like I said, that last cutscene wasn't exactly like riveting drama. It's not.
Right. Right.
It was what it was. But yeah, so I finished that, started playing Legend of Dragoon again. Because I have it and I'm like, I'm gonna play this now, even though I've played it like 4 times and it came out in like 2002 or some shit. But
Right.
I still fucking love that game. It's my favorite like original PlayStation game of all time.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that's the only thing special. Like we finished Shadow and Bone. We started watching Teenage Bounty Hunters on Netflix. Just random shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point though, we like to get into what we like to call around here newsy time. We got news to get into, folks. First off, some pretty lighthearted stuff, but also just like what the hell. So apparently, Skittles may be getting banned in California if this new bill passes. You a fan of Skittles?
No.
Skittles
I
person?
mean, it's I don't eat a lot of candy, but
Not a candy person at all. Okay.
not really. But do you consume Skittles?
Not really. The only
Yeah.
time I've like really consumed Skittles more regularly was when I was dissolving them in vodka to make flavored vodka.
Oh
But
yeah, that was a thing.
yeah, that was a thing back in the day. That was the only time I was really consuming Skittles a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that wasn't even really a lot because it was like I just get a bag so I could.
Really, it's like I just need this to make this better.
Yeah, exactly. So I
Yeah.
mean, I wasn't even really eating them then. But let's talk about this real quick. So Skittles could be on the way out. This article comes from comicbook.com, Adam Bernhardt. check it out if y'all, interested in this. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We can give you the highlights. But Skittles could be on the way out in one of the country's biggest states. A new bill introduced in the state of California is looking to ban a group of ingredients found in both Skittles and a whole host of other candies. When it comes to Skittles, the bill is looking to ban titanium dioxide, an ingredient added to the candies to help create a smooth texture. It also happens to be a compound banned by the European Union for its link to an increased risk of cancer. So yeah, Skittles can give you cancer, people.
I think I remember hearing about this like a while ago, and people being like, "Whoa, this is banned in the EU, so maybe we should ban it here."
I mean, that sounds like all of our food here. If you really look into it, there's parts of it banned in other countries. Like everything we eat can give you cancer here. Like it's
literally.
It's kind of what our life is. But in addition to the titanium dioxide, the four other ingredients included in Bill AB 418, which is called our red dye number 3, and we've all heard the red dyes. Potassium bromate, prominated vegetable oil, and propylparaben. Red dye number 3 can be found in many other candies, including Pez, hot tamales, double bubble gum. Citrus soft drinks are the biggest food product with brominated vegetable oil. That's the word as an ingredient, while titanium oxide can be found in nerds and other various gummy products. So basically, there's a bill coming out, and California is like, we need to ban these things, and all these other companies and these candies and food companies ought to have these things in them, which means they either have to change up their formulas or they go away. I imagine they're going to change their formula to some other kind of dangerous thing that we don't know about yet. But, we'll see what happens.
I agree. I'm sure they'll just, just change it up. And, I mean, I don't know that people will. I mean, I just don't buy Skittles like that. Like, but I guess they come like with Halloween and like Easter baskets and stuff. So
people buy them because they still making them.
I guess so. Movie theaters, whatever.
Yeah. Those of you watching, are you a Skittles person? If you're a Skittles person, drop that in the comments. Let us know, because I want to know who's eating Skittles, because neither one of us really eats Skittles.
Because it ain't us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
M&M's though? Yeah, I'll test some M&M's up. But Skittles, nah. And M&M's is only like if I just happen to be around when there's M&M's around. Like, I don't even remember the last time I went to the store and bought M&M's.
I just don't go buy candy. Like I like Reese's, especially if they're shaped differently. Like the Easter egg Reese's or the Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree.
Like I only buy them if they're shaped different. But other than that, I don't buy candy like that.
What's you also that way with chicken nuggets? You get the Dino chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And you say you're getting them for your child, but you're really getting them for yourself.
I mean, what's happening? Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the gummy candies were on that list too, so that could be a problem. We don't live in California though, so you're okay.
I was that weird kid that liked Raisinets, like the chocolate covered raisins. Like
I'll eat them, but again, it's another one of those things I wouldn't go out of my way to get them.
Yeah.
So you have a candy bowl that you mix various candy in. Does that various mix of candy include Skittles though? That's what we want to know. Are you eating Skittles?
Avoid the Skittles now,
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. That's the candy news. However, we have some other stuff. You're a gamer. We've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Are you or were you looking forward to E3?
Honestly, not particularly. In the sense that I would probably look up after the fact what's new. I wouldn't have been like, let me like tune into E3 and listen to them talk forever. But more like but I would have been looking forward to know like what's coming, what's new.
Right. See, I'm one of those people. As soon as it's time, like back when it used to be like a thing for a week where that's just all eyes were on gaming for a week, and those eyes included mine. And press conferences came up. I was sitting at home ready to watch these press conferences as they were happening live. Like one year, they were actually showing the PlayStation press conference in theaters around the country. I went to the local theater to watch that press conference. That was the one when they announced that God of War was coming back. Like it was it was E3 was my shit. And
Right.
last few years it's been falling apart. Of course, COVID stuff happened, and
Yeah.
also the whole company that runs E3, the kind of the way they run this stuff and trying to do things differently. The people who actually were a part of the whole thing before didn't want to be a part of it and all that. So a new group is taking over, and they're trying to put together a new show this year. Problem is, nobody's going to be there. So
Mm.
we got a couple of things happening. One, this story comes from IGN. First, Ubisoft pulls out of E3 after previously committing to the show. Like I said, this comes from IGN, article from Logan Plant. So go there, read this, check it out, give them the clicks. So Ubisoft will not be a part of E3 2023 after all, the company has revealed. In a statement to VGC, the Assassin's Creed publisher said it will hold its own separate event in Los Angeles the same week as E3. E3 has fostered, this is a quote from them, E3 has fostered unforgettable moments across the industry throughout the years. While we initially intended to have an official E3 presence, we've made the subsequent decision to move in a different direction, and we'll be holding the Ubisoft Forward live event on June 12th in Los Angeles. We look forward to sharing more details with our players soon. So they're not going to be there. But in February, they said they were going to be there. But now they're like, nah, we ain't going to do
I wonder if it's like one of those things, like, I feel like everybody wants to have their own, kind of like streaming services. Everybody wants to have their own event. So it kind of sounds like,
That's what happens.
E3 doesn't, go the way they want it, they'll just have their own
right.
Ubisoft
And they're like,
thing.
we'll do it in Los Angeles because everybody's going to be in Los Angeles for this anyway. So we'll do our own thing. That's kind of what ends up happening because they're all doing their own thing, but they're still all doing their own thing around the E3 time so that people will all be there and they'll come to this shit and they don't have to, pay for their booth at E3 and all. They can set up their own thing. So they're not going to be there. We already know PlayStation's not going to be there, so Sony won't be there. Microsoft has also said they're not going to be there, I think. And then Nintendo's not going to be there either. So
yeah, they all have their own thing now. They don't need E3 anymore.
But most of I know Nintendo always does something around that time. There's rumors and everything out there, and pretty substantial rumors, and those who are in the know are saying PlayStation's going to put a showcase out around the E3 time, probably like in late May. Xbox will do something. Then we have Summer Games Fest that Jeff Keighley runs, so that's going to be a thing like right after when E3 was going to be. So around that time, we're still going to get a lot of stuff. It just doesn't have the same energy around it, and I'm going to miss that. Following up on that, come on, stop being difficult.
No.
There we go. So in follow-up news, rumors are now swirling about E3's future because other people have dropped out, one of them being Sega. So concerned over E3's 2023 future is continuing to grow, prompting more publishers to drop out beyond Nintendo, Xbox, Sony, and Ubisoft. IGN has learned that Sega and Tencent will be skipping E3 2023 amid rumors that the promised triumphant return of gaming's biggest event may not happen after all. IGN reports have spoken with numerous individuals in publishing and PR who typically have knowledge of event strategies, all of whom expressed concern about the status of this summer's event. Many told us that they hadn't heard of anyone else who was planning to attend for sure, and some said they felt there had been a significant lack of communication from the ESA and organizer ReedPop as to what exactly they should expect from the show. Several described the situation as one where everyone was waiting for someone else to be the first to jump, but no one was willing to take the leap, and time was running out. As one knowledgeable source put it ahead of the Monday news of Ubisoft's departure from the show, there's no possible way this show can happen. Neither ESA or ReedPop responded to IGN's request for comment in time for publication.
Damn.
So, yeah, there's more to the article.
Yeah, nobody's
but
going, I guess.
but it's like
Literally.
that's the thing is though, like Ubisoft dropping out is a big deal because they were
Yeah.
probably the biggest publisher that was going to be there because EA wasn't going to be there. They do their own thing.
Yeah.
Sega wasn't going to be there, which kind of matters, but not as much because it's just like, okay, so they won't have Sonic. But
Right.
Tencent
Sega.
is one of those that's like it's bigger than people realize because they're the ones that kind of like publish a lot of stuff outside the country. Like, they're able to like publish certain things in China and all that. So, like, there's a lot going on with that, with them not being able to be there.
Damn. Yeah, I feel like Sega, like, honestly, Sega to me is Sonic, but also they have their hands in a lot of other stuff too, but they don't need E3. And with Ubisoft, clearly not going, then I'm sure people will follow with the leap not to go.
Well, E3 isn't this week; it's not till June. But yeah, there's a lot happening in LA. Yeah, it's a big year for LA.
Yeah, except for if you want to live there, don't. You'll pay.
I have no desire to be in LA.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt? Welcome. Good to see you.
Light skin Travis.
Yeah, that's my boy Matt. Yes, that's Matrick there. However, if you were going to attend E3, those of you out there who had planned on it, the thing is, it's a long haul. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy, and you'll probably need some boosts to help you get through the week. Pick up your energy to help you make it through. And a good way to do that is by using W. W is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. W contains vitamins, amino acids, nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. This product is made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. W has handpicked what they believe to be the 10 most critical ingredients for focus and concentration. W contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. W uses Neurofactor, a patented all-natural coffee cherry extract to help fuel you. This ingredient is what gives W its laser focus and fast reflex effects, making it especially perfect for gamers. They disclose full ingredient amounts, and the product will never contain fillers or artificial colors or dyes. W is also sugar-free. Like I mentioned, it's maltodextrin-free, and it's keto-friendly. So go to w.creatiaworld.com and use the code Creatia to receive 10% off your order today. That's w.creatiaworld.com. Use the code Creatia to receive 10% off today. Link is in the description.
Yeah, I mean that no jitters, that's what I need. No anxiety with my caffeine, please.
Exactly. You need W. Yeah, that's the way it's going to end up being. Online presentations. The live theater thing was cool. It still is cool every time we see it, but
people don't want to go out. I mean, the world is so convenient now. Like, if you barely have to leave your home, so it's like, why pay more and when you can just make your own online thing?
Yeah. It is one of those things though, because even with movies, all that coming to streaming service earlier and all that, there's still certain ones that I like going to the theater to see. Right. And the E3, I'll never forget going to see that PlayStation presentation in the theater. It was, the energy in there was so fucking cool. And it was just like, you don't get that sitting at home watching. I'm still excited when I watch it at home because I still like seeing the announcements and all that kind of stuff. But being surrounded by other people who are just as excited about it as you are, and getting hyped when you see God of War come up on the screen that time because it had been gone for so long and it's like completely different than it was before, and feeling how excited everybody else was around. Like, yeah, these are my people right here.
Yeah. It's just being surrounded by people that are like-minded for what you love. You can make friends, or all that kind of stuff. The social aspect of being a human.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't actually make any friends and interact with people individually while I was there because I still don't like people.
Right, of course. But you could if you wanted to.
Exactly. I had the option.
You had the option. For sure.
That's the important part. Nice. Matt closed on his house.
Oh,
Good.
that's awesome. I'm
So
jealous.
happy for you.
Can I have one?
A house?
Yeah. Can you get me one too?
Sure, Matt. I know you just sold your house, or you just bought another one, but could you just give Bridget the one you just bought? You
I
know,
would like it, please. Or
I
you could just
mean,
get me a separate one, you know.
either way, she just needs a house.
Please and thank
Just give
you.
her a house. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Did you watch the X Files when you were younger?
See, I was like too young to get into the X Files. Like, it used to scare me. Like, that theme song was very scary, and I was just not. In hindsight, though, as an adult, I may go back to watch it because it seems like it's a
That's
good
nice of you,
show.
Matt. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Well, Ryan Coogler, you may know him as this small time director that no one's ever heard of.
Mm.
Just directed a couple small little indie projects. Like Creed and Black Panther. Just small things.
I sorry, but I just watched Creed last weekend, and I'm like a huge Rocky fan, so I don't know why I was taking so
I
long to watch
was
it.
just about to say, you said you're a huge Rocky fan.
I'm a
You just now seeing
huge.
Creed.
I don't know. I think I was just scared to love. I get scared to love stuff because when I love hard, I go in hard and it like consumes me, and I just be like real hesitant. But yeah, I do love Creed, and Ryan Coogler is an amazing director.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently Ryan Coogler is developing an X Files reboot.
Oh,
So this story comes from Variety, an article from Joe Otterson. Ryan Coogler is developing a new take on the X Files. Original series creator Chris Carter made the revelation during an interview with On the Coast with Gloria Makarenko. Sure, okay. Never heard of that one, but we're going to go with that. To celebrate the 30th anniversary of The X Files. During the interview, Carter said, I just spoke to a young man, Ryan Coogler, who is going to remount The X Files with the diverse cast. I don't know why that made me chuckle. A young man, Ryan Coogler. Just that
a
made me.
young man.
So
Young
he's
man.
got his work cut out for him because we covered so much territory. Rep from Coogler did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. 20th Century Television, the studio behind the original series, declined to comment. But yeah, so Ryan Coogler bringing back the X Files. Sure. I mean, I've seen like a couple of random episodes of the X Files from when I was younger. Like, I saw one that was kind of based on forgot what the name of the story was, but it was one where they're in a room. No Exit is what the story is called. When they're like locked in a room, there were no doors or anything like that, and they're like trying to figure out why they're here and all that kind of stuff. They're all
Very
like,
Twilight Zone.
is this purgatory, or is hell other people, that kind of stuff. No, that was Twilight Zone. You're right. That wasn't X Files. You're absolutely right. Different show.
I mean,
that was a different. Yeah,
so good.
That was a different show. What I was talking about was there was another episode though of the X Files that I do know was the X Files, where there was like a whole KKK thing going on, and there was a gunfight that happened with the KKK, and they pulled off one of the members' masks, and it was an alien underneath it and shit. I'm like, oh, so you're bringing back that kind of stuff? Yeah, aliens, random alien shit, and kill KKK members? Yeah, do it.
We're here for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would, as someone who didn't watch X Files, but like I trust Ryan Coogler, so I definitely would probably like check it out, and I'm very interested to see the casting and all that.
Yeah. Matt says, I hope he recast Mulder and Scully with black actors so we get yet another white panic.
Yeah, that'd be so good though.
Oh man.
It might have Michael B. Jordan because he like
everything Ryan Coogler does, he throws in Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
Literally.
I mean, a lot of directors have the actors they like to work with. Like like Tarantino loves putting Samuel L. Jackson in shit. Like that's just his thing.
Yeah, Tarantino. I love his films too.
Yeah.
So
since I got you
know
here, it's okay. What's your favorite Tarantino film?
I honestly, I'm a big fan of The Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight. Okay.
And Django, and Kill Bill as well. That's Tarantino as well, right?
Yep.
Kill Bill. Yeah, Kill Bill. Like, I want to rewatch it now, just like being older, because I watched it like as a teenager, but it's like a piece of art. Like that is art in film to me. Like,
yeah,
such
I
a good
mean,
movie.
my favorite is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. It's in my top 2. It goes back and forth between that and Harlem Nights. Is Reservoir Dogs. Like, it's one of those things that you watch, and it's a classic example of doing more with less, because pretty much the whole movie takes place in that one room.
Yeah.
Which is why I also like The Hateful Eight, because most of that movie takes place in that one room, and it's just so.
It's like you can do so much with that type of immersion, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, X-Files might be coming back. Now, here's the thing, though. When some people see the words X-Files, sometimes other things come up because they think you're looking for triple X-Files,
Oh.
And when you got triple X-Files happening, sometimes you need a little help, need a little boost, a little bit of, some helpful tools to help you with that. And a good place to get those tools is Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve is the nation's largest marketer of adult products, with millions of satisfied customers in the United States and all over the world. Founded in 1971, Adam and Eve is also one of the oldest names in the rapidly evolving adult industry. For more than 50 years, they have built up a reputation as a trusted and reliable toy store that takes pleasure and privacy seriously. When you want to shop erotic toys, Adam and Eve has it all. Men and women, straight or gay, or anywhere in between, Adam and Eve has the adult toys you're looking for, including but not limited to vibrators, dildos, anal sex toys, bondage toys, couples toys, lubes, sexy gifts, and accessories. Unlike other adult stores, Adam and Eve stands behind all their products and offers a no questions asked return policy. So whether you've bought a dildo, sex swing, or penis ring, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the code erotica to receive 50% off one item plus free shipping on orders of $49 or more. That's adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the code erotica to receive 50% off and free shipping. Link is in the description.
50% off. It's a lot. It's a big gap.
Yeah, you can do that one, man. I'm all for it. Is that a thing? I'm pretty sure it's a thing. It exists. Yeah.
If it exists, there is porn of it.
Rule 34.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you were playing Octopath Traveler 2. And that game comes to us from Square Enix. So you like their other games? You were a Final Fantasy fan?
Honestly, Octopath is the first Square Enix game that I ever played. And
so you haven't played any other Final Fantasy games then?
I played Harvestella, which came out like last year. Square Enix farming simulator, but it has, RPG elements, which is what I'm into, like a little bit of cozy, a little bit of, danger. But Square Enix, I do think this is my Square Enix era. I think I need to dive in. I can't play games that are ugly though, so
Well, you like Octopath, so you like, so pixel art is cool with you then.
Yeah. Pixel art is
so you can play
timeless.
like the original Final Fantasies and stuff. Then you can play like 1 and 2 and 3. They were on the Super Nintendo and whatnot. Yeah, actually, I think they're available for mobile too if you want to play them like that now.
Oh yeah.
She's not going to want to play Final Fantasy X though, because it compared to what's out now, it's going to look ugly to her. So she's not.
Let me see. Like the one where Cloud looks like a bunch of shapes. Like I can't do any.
That's
Polygon.
7.
Okay.
That's the original Final Fantasy VII. The Final Fantasy VII remake is actually just came out a couple of years ago. That's really good. That looks fantastic. But Final Fantasy
X, I
yeah, I know.
It would be like
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like, is there a remaster?
Kinda.
Yeah.
You can play it on Switch. It looks pretty good on your Switch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But Final Fantasy 16 just had like a little presentation on this past Sunday, and they finally released like some of the trailers and stuff. Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII remake is beautiful. But we have some like just a trailer that kind of shows off the world of Final Fantasy 16. It's coming out later on this year in June. One good thing, since you're new to the Final Fantasy stuff, every Final Fantasy game is its own thing.
Mm.
So it's not like a true sequel where you have to play the other ones to know what's going on here. It's its own, individual story. So check this out, and this is just showing off the world. It should be pretty good. You appreciate this as an artist. Just for them to say, look at the pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they showing chocobos. That's what was important here. That's what I needed to see.
Yeah, that's like one of their like branding techniques, right? Like,
oh yeah,
one of their mascots, if you will.
Because the thing I was really concerned about with this was they kind of change. When I look at Final Fantasy, I picture like more like bright and whimsical stuff, and this is a lot more dark and
muted.
More,
yeah.
And I was worried they wouldn't give us all the things from Final Fantasy that I'm looking for, like the chocobos, but they showed that, so that's good.
This looks cool though.
Mm-hmm. That's your doggo right there. He's with you for the whole thing.
I live for anything that has a character creator, but this doesn't look like that type of thing. But
it does not. This is the character.
Or even like your clothes changing. That's something that
you can customize your gear, I think. So
yeah. It's always a lava level. All right, we get it. He can run. Can he fight? I guess it's more of like a, like you said, look at this. Look at this thing we did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games coming out this year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I feel like I say that every year though.
I don't know. Last year felt kind of slow for me.
Yeah. I guess like this is the year like PlayStation 5 has been out long enough now where you get more PlayStation 5, games.
Yeah. But there's a lot more with this. I can say you some other stuff that they've shown off. We already showed them on here before, but it's like they have some things where like you like can. It's all about summoning all these big monsters and all that kind of stuff. They're like classic, godlike monsters that they have had in Final Fantasy for a long time, like Ifrit and all of them. And also like you can, I guess he like this main character here, Clive is his name, like transforms into him.
I'm sorry, his name is Clive.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, but I might be able to get past that. But he transforms
into one of those huge creatures. You like do like big ass like kaiju battle kind of thing going on and all that and shit. And you're just like, oh, this looks so cool. I'll find the trailer and send it to you so you can check it out and see. But
Clive, like that is such a lame name.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it either.
It's like it could be his, like literally that's like saying his name is Kevin. Like
I think Clive is worse than Kevin.
Yeah, I agree.
Fun story. When I was a kid, I went with my mother to work, and for some reason, my mother was introducing me to her coworkers, and I told one of them that my name was Kevin. I don't know why. I was a very young child. I think I was like 4, and I just told her my name was Kevin. There's no reason for me to have done that.
Maybe you liked the name and you wanted to just like
I don't
alter
know.
ego.
I don't know. I still don't understand why I did it to this day. Because it's not like my mother wouldn't have already told them my name,
Later, they were like, "So he said his name was Kevin. Like, is he okay?"
From what I remember, my mother was actually standing right there when I did it, so it wasn't even like.
She's like, "Little boy, that's not your name." Like,
yeah, don't know
that's
why
funny.
I did it. Let's see, Bridget, what else we got here? You a Disney movie fan?
Yeah, technically I'm employed by Disney, so yeah.
Yeah, technically,
but
by
like
proxy, I guess.
Yeah, literally by proxy. But I am a big, Disney animated film person. I do like
How'd
them. I
you?
loved Encanto. Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel about the Aristocats?
I really enjoyed the Aristocats actually. Uh, couldn't tell you their names right now, but I did enjoy that film as a kid. You know, that's one of the older like that's
Mm-hmm.
hand drawn. You know, Disney movies.
It's up there in my top Disney movies. It's the way I rank my Disney movies. I don't even include The Lion King because I feel like that's unfair to every other Disney movie. But I put The Lion King way up here, and then I'm like right here we got like Aladdin and Jungle
Mm.
Book and the Aristocats are kind of like all like kind of neck and neck right in there. For
I
me,
never would have put that on your list if I, had to guess.
what the Aristocats? Yeah, I know
Yeah.
because most people who know me also know I'm not a cat person.
I mean, that's just like I know you, but I don't know that you're not a cat person, but you seem like someone who isn't a cat
Yeah,
person.
yeah, it tracks.
Um, I would have put you with like 101 Dalmatians before I put you
I
with.
enjoy that movie as well, but not as much as the Aristocats. But I think it's
Okay.
because of the music in the movie that I love so much.
That's a big factor.
Everybody Wants to Be a Cat is a fucking jam. All
It
right,
is a bop.
yeah,
I will say that
like
it
for
does
real,
hit.
like in a way that I might have to watch that movie after we're done here just so I can hear that song.
I honestly, for me, I would put. I'm like one of those people. I like Lion King too. I like that movie a lot. Um, yeah, see,
Yeah,
Aristocats is like not what I would expect, but
yeah,
Lion
he's
King
known me
too.
since we were like 9 years old. So yeah, he's
Mm,
yeah. He knows I'm not a cat person. So
learning a lot today.
yeah, they were some swaggy cats.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. But how would you feel about them making a live action version of the Aristocats?
I would say it was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was, that they're doing all of them like live action, and I believe the reason is to keep it relevant. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have even thought about the Aristocats for
See,
forever.
here's the thing, Matt. I could YouTube the song, but outside of context of the rest of the movie, it doesn't hit as hard.
Yeah, that's like that Lion King 2 song. I'm telling you, Lion King 2
Which
is
which
good.
Lion King 2 song? Because I barely. Oh wait, you're talking about Deception,
Yeah,
Disgrace.
I was like, what do you mean? Which song? Yeah, that's the one.
I'm not the biggest fan of that movie, but yeah, that song is a fucking bop as well. You're
Uh,
absolutely right. It's just
Goosebumps. Undercover cat person. Look,
she's gonna
you're gonna
cling
have
to
the cat
this
singing.
one incident that occurred with a stray cat that I didn't want to see die. And the fact that I didn't want the thing to die does not make me a cat person. But anyway, now a live action version of the Aristocats is coming. But what if I also said the director of this movie is Questlove?
All right, now I've
Oh, you're intrigued now, aren't you? Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but I think God, like my question is this live action or is this the Lion
Lion
King
King.
remake? Is this
Well, there are people in the Aristocats as well. So
so this is like there's danger here for me, like you either go one
Deception.
way or the other way. The melding of animation and live action is very tricky. I'm not saying that it's not possible. It's just very tricky. These days it's gotten a lot better, but that makes me anxious to say the least. But I mean, it could be good, as long as they don't release the designs for the cats so people won't yell about it, like Sonic.
Mm-hmm. Matt, you've had cats the entire time I've known you, though. Like, what do you mean?
And I love cats, and I never was a huge Aristocats person.
But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
back to the story before I start
Questlove.
singing Deception, Disgrace.
Wow.
That's right. Questlove is directing a remake of the Aristocats. This article comes from IGN, written Carson Burton. So check it out. Give them a click so that IGN doesn't have to fire more people. According to Deadline, Amir Questlove Thompson will make his feature film directorial debut with a live action reimagining of the Aristocats. Similar to something like the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, the remake will feature a blend of both live action and animation. Questlove, a founding member and drummer for the Philadelphia hip hop band The Roots, is also executive producing the film and, of course, overseeing its music because, God damn it, he better be.
Yeah.
The script was written by Will Gluck, the filmmaker behind movies like Peter Rabbit and Eazy-E, and Keith Bunyan, the writer of 2020's Pixar film Onward. Have you
Okay.
seen Onward?
I haven't.
Okay,
I
I
honestly,
haven't
I've
either.
fallen behind with my Pixar watching, which is
Yeah, Pixar is one that I just haven't seen
super.
a lot of lately. I don't know why, but I've watched Disney stuff, but not Pixar.
Yeah, and I used to
Um,
be like Pixar, yeah, but
mhm,
yeah, interesting.
yeah. So the original Aristocats hit theaters in 1970 and made
Yeah,
some
dang.
massive noise on the box at the box office, pulling in 191 million in 1970. People, like that's
It's
a
like
that's a lot of
that's
fucking money.
crazy. Me and my husband were just talking about how like 1970 to us in our heads is still like 30 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the case anymore.
Hold on, let me just look at the. I know there's an inflation calculator online. Let me just.
Wow, 191 million. That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I
Let's.
get like that's like something when people are like animation is just for kids. 191 million is not just for kids.
Yeah,
Adults went in there and watched that
yeah.
and enjoyed
Exactly.
it.
All right. So if
Toulouse, that was the cat. That's the black one.
1970,
Or is that the orange one?
Toulouse was the black one,
Okay, okay, yeah.
the little black kitten, and then
So cute.
no,
It was
hold
the
on,
orange one.
no, yeah, Toulouse with the orange. The black one was Felios was his name, and then Duchess was a
Uh,
little was
the mom.
the mom, and then
Marie was the other one.
Marie was the baby. Yeah.
The little white.
Okay, so
I mean, honestly, this music from that movie. Now that I'm remembering it, I can definitely see Questlove doing like some awesome. I'll probably like listen to the album, not
so
actually go see the movie.
adjusted for inflation, Bridget, what would you guess $191 million translates to now from 1970?
Uh, 500 million maybe.
According to the U.S. inflation calculator at usinflationcalculator.com, if in 1970 I purchased an item for $191 million, then in 2023 that same item would cost $1,480,939,175.26.
Oh, down to the cent. Wow, that is wild. I want to go back to the 70s, but be making the same amount of
About
money
to
I'm
say, yeah,
making
take
now.
my money now and go back to 1970, but also with all my technology because,
Right.
like, I still want the internet and I still want like
But I will
Netflix.
go to the disco though. I will go to the disco. Damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what happened because that's exactly what I would do. But yeah, live action Aristocats. All right, so we got a little bit more gaming news. Did you ever play Multiverses? It's like the Smash Brothers WB game.
Oh,
So it had like LeBron James and Bugs Bunny and all that in it.
No.
I played it a very little bit. I actually streamed it with Kobe, like when it first came out, like back in the fall.
Oh.
We played it. We fucking dominated too. Like it was kind of ridiculous how like we were just whooping everybody's ass. It was pretty bad. Like they let you go in as a team. So it was the two of us against random two people they pair us with online. Yeah, whooping ass. I took the Iron Giant and fucked everybody up. Like
that sounds so scary.
Yeah. I was the Iron Giant. He changed characters a few times, but I was the Iron Giant.
You're like, no, this is.
Yeah, I figured it out. Like this is my main now, and this is what I'm doing.
Was it an easy game, or did it translate kind of like the way that's? Because I never played Smash Bros. My husband did, and he will humor me sometimes, and I 97% of the time get my ass beat.
Yeah.
But that's just because it's like such a specific control. There's no other game like Smash Bros. So like my
Well,
brain
it
just
kind of, yeah.
cannot.
Yeah, Smash
So
Brothers, Brawlhalla, and Multiverse are pretty much the same kind of game.
I see.
Yeah, they work the same way. But yeah, so apparently what they're doing, because this game came out in July, um, they're saying, I'll just read this. Today, Warner Brothers Games, well, this was yesterday, but Warner Brothers Games and Player First announced that the Multiverse's open beta will be shutting down in 90 days. I didn't know this was a fucking open beta because if it looked like a pretty well finished game to me. So
it wasn't even done.
yeah, so they a lot of times games get put out in like open beta early release, but this was like
Right.
they were selling like DLC packs and shit. Like this isn't beta.
At that point, it's not beta to me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
done and
But yeah, so they announced that the Multiverse open beta will be shutting down in 90 days. The publisher and devs promised the game will return in early 24. In the meantime, players will be unable to play online and no new updates will be released. And then bad news for players who invested money into the game, WB Games has no current plans to offer refunds.
damn.
Yeah, released in July of 2022, Multiverses came out of the gate hot, becoming one of the most popular games on Steam.
Really though, that seems like a stretch.
It was for like a day and a half,
Okay,
and then
okay. I was like, I don't know.
but instead of classic Nintendo characters, it featured a strange collection of fighters from from WB owned IP like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, Superman from DC Comics, Bugs Bunny from Looney Tunes, and the Iron Giant because that's who I played with. Players enjoyed the free to play fighter, praising its combat and crossplay. But in the months that followed, many complained about a lack of updates and new characters. As of last month, most of the game's PC audience was gone. Now the folks behind the game are shutting it all down until next year in an effort to, they say, make the game better the right way. I don't know what that means. To me, that sounds like they're not, making enough money to justify keeping the game online right now. So they're going to go away, do some polishing, and try to figure out a way to make money off of this shit before they bring it back next year.
Interesting.
But yeah, Multiverses going away in June.
Oh well, I won't miss it.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
sure there's like a group of, a small group of
a
people
very
that
small
will.
niche group who love them some Multiverses.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for them because it's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, nobody likes the things they love getting taken away, but that's one of those things that can happen with these live service games because it's happened with other things like.
So there's no like single player to it.
You can actually, they apparently you can actually still play it offline, like couch, multiplayer and all that kind of stuff. So because you have that, you can still play it that way. But yeah, you can't play online anymore, and you can't get any new stuff and all that.
Wow, interesting.
But yeah. Let's see. We got one more thing here.
Shaggy and Superman in the same game.
Yeah, fighting each other. You ever thought you see Shaggy from Scooby Doo fight Superman?
Beating Superman up? No.
Yeah.
I did
not. He
He
can win that fight. It's possible.
Only in the multiverse, though.
Yeah. Bugs Bunny can kick Wonder Woman's ass.
Wow, with the carrot, I'm assuming. Or,
probably. Or he has big feet, so he probably got some like strong kicks.
Oh, yeah, the kicking. Yeah, the rabbit.
Yeah.
Wabbits.
So there's that.
Okay.
Wascally Wabbit.
Wabbits.
All right, we got one more thing here. So Marvel's Secret Invasion release date has been revealed by Disney Plus. This article comes to us from comicbook.com again. Kofi Outlaw wrote this. I'm convinced that's not a real name. That's a pen name. Like, there's no way your name is Kofi Outlaw. That's too cool of a name to somebody just be given at birth. Marvel's Secret Invasion release date has been revealed by Disney Plus, and according to the listing, Secret Invasion will premiere on June 21st, 2023 on the streaming service. The listing for Secret Invasion that appeared on Disney Plus reads, Marvel Studios' Secret Invasion stars Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as the Skrull Talos, characters who first met in Captain Marvel. The crossover event series showcases a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls who have been infiltrating Earth for years.
Huh.
So there's more to the article. Check it out. But how you feeling? You know when Secret Invasion is coming out now.
See, I honestly have no idea. Like, Secret Invasion, is that like another? Like, what is it though? Like,
So you know the scroll that you saw. Did you see Captain Marvel?
oh God, no.
Okay, well then yeah, you probably don't know who the scroll are.
Right. Yeah. No, that's one I miss. But so this is another like Marvel
Mm-hmm.
thing, so that they're doing with Nick Fury in it. Interesting. I'll have to look into that because
Yeah. There was
how do you feel
one.
about it though? Like, are you looking
Oh,
for
I'm looking forward to it. I've enjoyed pretty much all the Disney Plus shows they put out for Marvel. I'm trying to remember what movie it was that they had the post credit scene to show Nick Fury on that ship with some scroll.
I feel like I've seen
Yeah, because it
that,
was, man.
or was it at the end of a show?
I
Or
think it was after. It may have been after Loki. Now that you
yeah, I was
mention it.
like, maybe it was Loki
Yeah,
because
yeah, possibly.
yeah,
But yeah. Anyway,
interesting.
yeah, I've liked most of the Marvel, Disney Plus shows. You been watching them, or you didn't really care, or take it or
I
leave it kind of thing?
It's one of those like by proxy things. Like my husband watched, I think, most all of them, and of the ones that I watched in passing, Loki was the one that kept me sitting down the longest.
Oh, really? Okay.
Um, what was the one with Scarlet Witch and
About to say
Vision?
WandaVision. That was the first one that came.
WandaVision seemed like it was probably interesting, and
It
maybe
was.
I should give it my own time. But
Mm-hmm.
and then the Marvel girl, what's
Miss Marvel.
yeah,
The
Marvel
Marvel
girl.
girl.
Miss Marvel did seem it. I honestly felt like that show got a bad, like, I didn't think it was a bad show.
It was a fun show. Like it was cool. Like the ending wasn't like great, but it was still a fun show. And the thing is,
Yeah,
it's just like it was different. It was colorful. It was fun. I liked
yeah,
it.
for sure. I don't know.
Visually stunning because it was just like, oh, that was the whole her seeing things like a kid sees things
Yeah,
like, okay, I'm gonna do this and do this and do this. Like, yeah, it's definitely not gonna go that way. And she, it was fun.
right. I'm always down for any like POC led
Mm-hmm.
show. So I was like
Yeah.
hoping for the best for that one.
Yeah, and the thing is, like I said, you didn't see Captain Marvel, so you won't really know much about the scroll. But a good thing about that one is that that movie also tells you how Nick Fury lost his eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
the burning question.
Yeah. So that was a big thing there. Also, there was a cat in this movie that played a prominent role in the whole movie, and it was a cat that technically wasn't a cat, but it looked like a cat. And I personally think it would have been better if it was a dog.
But I thought you were a secret cat person.
I don't believe everything you hear. I never said that. But if it was a dog and you need to take care of that dog, a good way to do that would be to go to dog.com. You see, dog.com is your online dog supplies, shopping, and information destination. Everything your dog needs, from toys to treats and food, is available, including collars and leashes. They even have outdoor gear and water safety gear for your furry friend. So go to dog.creatiaworld.com to receive up to 64% off your order today. That's dog.creatiaworld.com and receive up to 64% off your order today. Link is in the description.
Dog. I'm like, wow, they got some nice stuff in here.
What, dog.com?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah. Dog.creatiaworld.com. Get some discounts, get some dog stuff.
I will.
You can say whatever you want. That doesn't make it true. Secretly love a cat. Yeah, whatever. I believe that's all the news we have for today, Bridget.
Okay. I mean, it's been a game day, with the E3 and Final Fantasy.
Awful lot of gaming news happening today. There's other news happening. Like, we got a new video on our channel right now, Creators in Creatia, where I interviewed a certain someone. I don't know who that might. Do you know who that might be, Bridget? Who I'm interviewing on this latest episode of Creators in Creatia?
I think that I know her. I may even live with her.
Man.
She's
you. Right. Yes. New episode of Creators in Creatia. Check that out. I'm interviewing her. She talks about her artistic journey, about being, senior illustrator on our show.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's me.
Yeah. So, talked about that experience, how she got there, what it's like working there, just how she feels about, creativity and art in general. And it's a great conversation. Check it out. Those of you watching live right now, I want to thank you so much for watching live. If you're not watching live and you watch us later, know that you can watch us live right here at twitch.tv/Creatia World. While you're there, give us a subscription. A good way to do that, if you have Amazon Prime, then you've got Prime Gaming, which means you can get a subscription on Twitch for free. And we would like if you gave that subscription to us. If not, yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you can link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, and that gives you a free subscription on Twitch, and you can give that sub to us. That helps us out a lot and doesn't cost you a dime if you already got Amazon Prime, and most people do these days. It's kind of a thing. That's why Bezos is rolling in his Scrooge McDuck money. So give us some of his Scrooge McDuck money, all right? Make Bezos pay us,
Yeah.
Another way you can watch this live is on YouTube, youtube.com/Creatia World. You can sub there for free. That doesn't cost you a dime. Just hit that subscription thing, little subscribe right there. Then you can hit that notification bell. That way, every time that we're dropping something, every time we're live, every time a new video comes out, an episode of Creators in Creatia. Who's on that episode of Creator Creatia? What's that again? Who was that?
It was me.
Yeah, it was Bridget. So yeah, watch Bridget on Creators in Creatia on youtube.com/Creatia World. Also, if you want to watch us later, a fun way for you to do that. If you got other things going on for yourself, if you, just got something from adamandeve.com, you go to pornhub.com/model/Creatia World. You can watch us there too, because we're also the #1 news source for all that nerd-ish on Pornhub. So go there, check that out.
The more you know.
Yeah. Also, if you want to throw us a little financial support, a good way to do that is to go to Patreon at patreon.com/Creatia World. For a $1 subscription, you can get our extra stuff, like, Return to Wrestling with myself and the Warden Matt Ritter, who has been in the chat today. We're talking old WCW wrestling. We just finished Road Wild 1997. Next, we got Fall Brawl 1997 and all the night shows that lead up to that. It's a fun time. Matt has to watch a lot of Hulk Hogan, and he hates Hulk Hogan, and his agony sustains me. It makes me so happy.
Also, Patreon is just like the gated community. Don't you want to be in the gated community?
That's where all the cool kids are. Also, you can get Multiverse with myself and Mara the Shark Watkins, where we're going back and we're watching, different animated superhero movie shows and all that kind of stuff. Right now, we're working our way through DC stuff. We just watched Green Lantern, Beware My Power. Fantastic movie. Jon Stewart is the Green Lantern in that one. That one, like I said, Green Lantern, Beware My Power. I like to call it AKA Fuck Hal Jordan, because that's kind of what happened in that movie. They said fuck Hal Jordan, and okay, I'm cool with that.
I do love DC's animated stuff. They excel in that. Their animated stuff is good.
They sure do. They absolutely do. Also, if you want to just know more about us and what we do, a good place to do that is creatiaworld.com. No way you can find out all about us. You can find out things like, what's my favorite ice cream? What's Matt's Hogwarts house? What's Mara's favorite ice cream? All that kind of stuff. I could tell you right now, but I'm not going to tell you. You need to go to creatiaworld.com and look at everything about all of us in there and find out. But also, you get links to everything we do there, like, the YouTube, the Twitch, Pornhub, all that kind of stuff, audio stuff, all that at creatiaworld.com. Now, on the socials, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at It's Creatia World. That's at ITSCREATIA World. As always, I'm not going to tell you how to spell world. If you don't know how to spell world, get your life together, get a goddamn dictionary. Also, facebook.com/Creatia World. And while you're on Facebook, you can check out our groups there. We've got facebook.com/group/DemDragons for those of you who are fans of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon and all them. We dropping memes in there. We, throw out a little some jokes, some ha-has, have a good time, and just talk all Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon stuff in there. It's a good time. Also, if you're a wrestling fan, facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw is the official Facebook group for our Friday night podcast featuring the Warden Matt Ritter and Vince Daddy Delgado. They come at you every Friday night at midnight Eastern, 11 o'clock Central, talking all that week's news in wrestling and everything that's happened. They're recapping all that. WrestleMania is coming up this weekend, so you definitely don't want to miss that show this Friday. I believe that's the important stuff. You can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Bridget, tell them all about where they can find you and what you got going on.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at HexDraws and also on Instagram at HexPanda. And yeah, just expect some art from me. Hold me accountable. Make me do it.
Oh, I am. I am. I'm
He
going
is.
to be all over you about this pretty soon because I have ideas for things and we need to work together on stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So that'll be it. We'll be back tomorrow for more of that news in the nerd ish.
Him, not me.
I won't be there either. It's Vince and Mara tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
But by
Creation
we,
World.
I just mean Creation World. I won't
Got
be
it.
there. I'm off tomorrow. But they'll see you then. But until that time, we're out.